Okie doke. It is joke time. Alright, why was the student afraid of the y-intercept? Think you got it? She thought she'd get stung by the bee. Get it? Y equals mx plus b? Ha 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 ha. Okay, we're looking at number 20. And note that Miss Medina said you need not solve these problems. She just wants to see that you can set them up. Okay, so let's read the problem. On Monday, the office at your school paid $8.77 for 4 cups of coffee and 7 bagels. On Wednesday, they paid $15.80 for 8 cups of coffee and 14 bagels. Can you determine the cost of bagels? Alright, so it looks like we're playing with coffee and bagels and their cost. So we've got X and Y, because there's only coffee and bagels. So X can be, let's see, we've got cost of bagels and cost of coffee. Well, they said coffee first, so we'll let coffee be X. So X equals cost of coffee. Therefore, Y is the cost of bagels. Okay? So in this first sentence it said it was $8.77 for 4 cups of coffee and 7 bagels. So 4 cups of coffee, 4 times the cost of coffee, X, plus 7 bagels, so 7 times the cost of bagels equaled $8.77. Alright, let's read it aloud. 4 times the cost of coffee, because there were 4 cups of coffee, plus 7 times the cost of bagels, because they bought 7 bagels, equal, they paid $8.77. Okay, let's try the next sentence. On Wednesday, they paid $15.80 for 8 cups of coffee, so 8 times the cost of coffee, plus 14 bagels, which cost Y. That should equal $15.80. And that's it. Okay, let's look at 21. 21 says, in a school fundraiser, Shelby sold 5 boxes of chocolate and 3 cans of popcorn, and she raised $23. Alright, so it looks like we've got the money here, so it's the cost of the chocolate and the cost of the popcorn. So we'll let X be the cost of the chocolate. Okay, then Y would be the cost of popcorn. Okay, so the total raised was $23. 5 boxes of chocolate and 3 cans of popcorn was $23. So 5 times the cost of chocolate plus 3 times the cost of popcorn equaled $23. But then there was Lynn. That was Shelly. This is Lynn. Lynn sold 15 boxes of chocolate and 9 cans of popcorn and raised $69. What is the price of 1 can of popcorn? Let's just look at Lynn for a second. So 15 boxes of chocolate and 9 times the cost of popcorn is $69. Let's write that as an equation. 15 times the cost of chocolate plus 9 times the cost of popcorn equals $69. Okay, and remember, we're just setting these up. So that's all we have to do. Okay. The end. Okay, number 23 says to write the equation of the line in the graph. Okay, what do we know about lines on a graph? We know that they are in the form y equals mx plus b. Can we find the m by looking at this graph? Let's check it out. We know that m is slope. So what is the slope of this line? Rise over run. Well, we're given 2 points, so let's see what it is. We're going to compare this point to that point. So up 1, 2, 3, 4. So our m, I'll write it here. Our m is 4 over, that was the rise, let's do the run. 1, 2, 3, 4. So m is 4 over 4. And we know that that is 1. Okay, so our m for our equation is 1. Now let's figure out the b. Well, what is the b? b is the y-intercept. Where is the y-intercept of this line? -1, -2, -3, -4. So the b is -4. Alright, so we're just going to plug in what we know about this line into this form, and that is the equation of the line. Okay, so y equals, our m was 1, so 1 times x plus b. Well, what is b? It's -4. So minus 4. Okay, 24 says, what is the coordinate of the x-intercept of the function in the graph? Now, if you don't know what this means right here, then it's going to be really hard to answer this question. Okay, well, what was the y-intercept? The y-intercept is the location where the line crosses the y-axis. Okay, same thing goes for the x-intercept, except the x-intercept is where the line crosses the x-axis. So this point. Well, what point is that? And it asks for coordinate, so we need it in this x comma y form. The x is 1, 2, 3, 4, and the y is 0 because it lies on the x-axis. So our answer, 4, 0. That is the coordinate of the x-intercept of the function in the graph. Okay, we're looking at number 25. It says, Kate is having shirts printed for everyone who attends a family reunion. There is a fixed cost of $25 for the design, and each shirt is $8. Kate has collected $305 from family members. How many shirts can she have made? Write an equation for the situation. Okay, so we know that there's a fixed cost of $25. So when she goes into the store to have the shirts made, regardless of how many shirts they want, they're going to charge her $25. So 25 is going to stand alone. Now how much she pays for the shirts is going to depend on how many shirts she gets. Right? You're not going to pay just a random number for shirts. You're going to pay for how many shirts that you want. So 25 plus, if each shirt is $8, it's going to be $8 times however many shirts she gets. And X is going to represent number of shirts. So $25 plus $8 times the number of shirts equals 305. And now why did I do equals 305? That's how much money she got. We can solve this to figure out how many shirts she can have made by subtracting 25 here. Subtract 25 here. We're left with 8x, because that goes away. Now, Remember, you don't have to do this work. It just says write an equation for the situation. So you're done here. But I'm going to go ahead and solve it. 305 minus 25, that would be 280. And then dividing both sides by 8. And I believe that goes in 35 times. So she can have 35 shirts made. And we got that from this equation that we made right here. $25 plus $8 times the number of shirts equals $305. Okay, let's look at number 26. It says use the formula D equals RT to find the time it takes to travel 550 miles at a constant rate of 63 miles per hour. Round your answers to the nearest hour. I bet that's a period. Okay, so we were given a formula D equals RT. Now when you're given a formula, usually they give you everything but one. And let's see. We've got D, R, and T. Let's see if this equation gives us a D, R, or a T. It says it takes a train to travel 550 miles. That sounds like a distance. Let's put that for D. At a constant rate of 63 miles per hour. So our R is 63. It wants us to know, find the time. So this is what we don't know, right? Okay, so if D is 550 and R is 63, let's plug those values into that formula that it gave us. So in place of D, we're going to write 550. In place of R, we're going to write 63. And T, we don't know. Alright, in this situation, we can divide both sides by 63 to get T by itself using a calculator. We do 550 divided by 63. Got 8.73. What does that mean? What does it mean that T is 8.73? That's 8.73 hours. It says round your answer to the nearest hour. 8.7, is that closer to 8 or 9? That'd be closer to 9. So T is 9. And that just about sums it up. I hope this review was helpful for you. If you are struggling with anything or something I explained just didn't really make sense to you, show up to Miss Medina's room in the morning, Wednesday or Thursday. If your test is tomorrow, it might be too late. We will both be there by 8:15, and we will be ready to help you. Best of luck. So I know you guys are just loving my jokes right now, so I've got another one for you. Okay, the surgeon said, "Nurse, I have so many patients. Who do I work on first?" So the nurse says, "Simple. Use the order of operations." Oh, get it? Operations, surgeon.